What's up? It's me, Mr. Carter, back at you with another video. I'm back in the studio, and I hope you guys are having a great day. This should be the Friday before spring break, so I hope you all have a safe break. I hope you, if you're traveling, be careful, be safe. Um, so I hope you're having a great week. Have fun. See you when I get back. Well, today, it's a chill day, so I want to kind of introduce a project that I want you to start thinking about what groups you want to work in. We do this every year. It's been very, very fun. So when you guys come back from spring break, so I'm not assigning this for you to work on over spring break, okay? So please don't do that. Um, I'm just explaining what the assignment is, okay? So um, this will be due April 1st. So it's a Wednesday, April 1st. Um, so what you're going to be doing is you are going to be making a project um, that you're basically going to be making a game. Okay. Now I'm not going to say it has to be a board game. It doesn't have to be a board game. It can be a card game. I've even had people make computer games that have been super duper cool. But the point of this assignment of this project, because it's going to go in as I think I might have to double check my notes here. I think it'll be 2 or 3 classwork grades. If that changes, I'll let you know. But the point is, you're going to be making a game that teaches the player something about the plague period of medieval times. So it has to be informational. It can't just be like plague themed. So don't make like Candyland and call it like Plague Land. What is that teaching me? It's not teaching me anything. Now, if you were like, hey, let's make a game like Candyland, except there are cards and spaces that you can land on that give you a chance to get the plague. And if you get the plague, you have to go to a doctor, and then you got to like do a treatment, but the treatment may not work. There you go. Now you're kind of teaching me, oh man, it must have been really rough if you got the plague back then. They didn't really know how to treat it. That's what I'm talking about. I have some excellent examples. Actually, Miss Rodriguez, I might, if I haven't already texted you to do this, someone in the back of the class, let's see if this is what period? Sorry, my brain is mush. 5th period, all the way at the back on that black bookshelf, at the very bottom, there's some boxes, look like game boxes. You guys are free to look at those. Please do me a favor. Please do not lose the pieces, because those are really, really good examples of people's work. But those are games that were like really, really good that people did a couple years ago. So maybe after the video, you guys are welcome to look at them. But I want to walk you through kind of what I'm expecting for you guys to do. This should be a fun project. It'll be an in-class project. So you really shouldn't, ideally, if you use your time wisely, you shouldn't have any homework. But I will tell you, there are people in the past who have not used their time wisely, and they've goofed off and taken pictures and videos on their iPads and done dumb stuff. And then they're like, oh no, the project's due tomorrow and I have nothing done, and I'm going to go, that sucks. Good luck. That's exactly what I did last year. It's not me trying to be mean. It's just like, look, if I give you, this much time, because really you're going to have about a week and a half in class every day to do this. I'm expecting it to be really, really good. All right, so let me kind of walk you through what it is. All right, for this group assignment, I'm just going to read it. For this group assignment, you're going to design a game or simulation that exemplifies what life was like during the plague. You may work in groups that are no bigger than 4. Okay, so 5 gets too much. 4 is ideal. Or less. You can do less. And we'll have class time to complete this. Some materials like paper, scissors, and colored paper will be given. So I do have that, and the front office has that. But anything else is a responsibility of the group. So if you're like, oh man, we need a game board, you can make the game board like in class, or you can go buy a game board and paint over it. But just understand that you come in and be like, Mr. Carter, where's the paint? I'm not going to be like, oh yes, I remember to grab the paint for you. That's you. So divvy up the responsibilities how you see fit, okay? You must create a game or simulation that will be playable for the class. So we are going to have a day where we play everybody's games. Your game has to work. So you got to play test it. That may mean that like there's a day before the due date that you play your game, and that's good. All right, it should be fun. Make your game something that's enjoyable. In terms of the duration, like how long the game should be, I would say 15 to 20 minutes. Okay, like a playthrough. It shouldn't be like, a game of like Dungeons and Dragons or something where it's like, a campaign lasts like 2 years. Don't make it something super complicated. But it should be something that I can play and feel like, oh man, I had a good time. But not like I'm done in 2 minutes and now I'm just sitting here. All right, that's not good. We don't want that. So, here are the rules. Number 1, okay, this game must be based in real history. So that means, like, if you reference something in your game, it has to be true. So don't, like, make up stuff. Okay, so here's an example. We had some people a couple years ago who made a game about witchcraft during the plague, which is great. You can definitely do that. Basically, it was like Find the Witch, right? Except they added things in it and presented it as truth that never happened. Okay, so you want to be really careful not to do that. You want to use our notes in class. You're happy to, I'm happy for you to use outside resources too, but be careful not to just add random things willy-nilly, okay? It's supposed to be based in history. That's the whole exercise, is you're trying to teach somebody something through an experience, through them physically doing something, okay, like playing a game. Now, there's a lot of aspects you could go with the plague. You could make your game about how fast it spreads. You could make your game about the symptoms, okay? People did like Operation a couple years ago. You could make it about how to treat the plague. You could make it about, how lethal it was. You could make it about the superstition that surrounded the plague. You could make it about what types of people got blamed for the plague. Just remember, don't make something that's in bad taste. You know what I mean? So don't, if you feel like, oh man, this is probably not a good idea, then don't do it. So, number 2, there must be clear written rules to be shared. They got to be typed out. Okay, don't handwrite them, because some of y'all write like you got muscle spasms in your hands. No offense. So type them out. They need to be descriptive and clear. Tell me how to play the game, because I can't tell you how many times I've opened up a box and I'm like, you read the directions and you get like that glassy eye and you're like, I don't understand anything I just read. You got to make them clear. Write them like they make sense, okay? So if you're working in groups of 4, it would probably be wise to kind of divvy up these jobs. Who's going to write the rules? Who's going to do this? The rules should not just be 2 things. If your game is that simple, there's something wrong, okay? It needs to have some depth. Give me, explain to me what the certain cards are, what the spaces do, all right? This is a real project. All right, number 3, must be playable in the duration of a class period, okay? So 15 to 20 minutes, I would say, is ideal. Number 4, it must be well thought out. Pieces or props must be neat. So look, if you have little pieces, don't make them look like poo-poo, okay? I mean, like, I've had people turn stuff in that's like just ripped up pieces of lined paper, and I'm like, bro, I gave you a week to do this. And they're just like, oh, sorry. I'm like, I don't want to play this, okay? Make it look nice. Come on, y'all. Due to the amount of time I'm providing, I'm expecting really nice work, and seriously, people in the past have done super cool games. All right, number 5. This is pretty important. It must include at least a paragraph-long explanation about how the game relates to the plague. This is one of the most important parts. Okay, use specific references to your notes in things we did in class. The amount of times in the past that people have made this so vague, it makes me want to bang my head against a wall, where it's like, this game is the plague because there's rats. Duh. Okay, I go deeper. So think about like how if your game is like the Candyland example, talk about all right, this is how the game relates to the plague. The game is meant to frustrate the player because it is impossible to cure the plague, and yet you keep getting the plague. There you go. All right, that makes sense. Yeah, you're teaching the player, hey, think about how much this sucks. You're having a sucky time playing the game? Imagine getting the plague. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Just don't make it like, there's rats, and so that relates to the plague because there's rats. I'm going to be like, are you okay? What's wrong? Do you need help? You know? Did you hit your head? Give me some depth. And I know you guys can. Just don't be lazy. Okay. Hopefully that makes sense. What I want you to do for the rest of the period, I want you to think about maybe who you'd like to work with and maybe start looking. By the way, you're welcome to look at other examples of games that pre-exist so you can kind of base your game off of games that exist. Just don't copy it directly, okay? Try to change as much as you can, but you can. I've had people do Clue, and that's fine, but don't call it Clue, all right? Call it something else, and change some things to make it fit this plague narrative. I want you to get in your groups, maybe think about who you want to work with, and then start brainstorming some ideas. You're welcome to look at the examples I have down below on the black bookshelf, but remember, please put them back. Those are really valuable to me. I like those examples. We're going to look at them more when I come back. Hope that makes sense. I hope you all have a great day, and I will see you after spring break. Take care. God bless you. See ya.